Tikki and Plagg are transformed into humans and have no powers. A miraculous story. Another beautiful day shines in Paris. Marinette wakes up excited because it's her 6-month dating anniversary with Adrien, and they are going for a picnic at the park to celebrate. But not everyone is happy. Tikki calls Marinette about her job as the Marinette Guardian, since even with Monarch defeated, the butterfly Miraculous remain missing, and it's her job to find it. Marinette says that all the heroes look everywhere and that it's possible that the jewel vanished from existence because of Gabriel's wish. But Tikki doesn't believe that and starts to discuss with Marinette, saying that she's being irresponsible with her hero duties, being weak since she doesn't use the Ladybug Miraculous, not even to patrol around with other heroes, and that even without villains to defeat, they still need to help the citizens of Paris with everything they have. Marinette says that she gets Tikki's point, but that she also deserves to take care of her own life, after years of fearing that Monarch would harm others around her. She then changes and gets ready to leave and asks if Tikki is coming with her, and the Kwamis said that she'd rather keep investigating Nuru's whereabouts. In Adrien and Plagg's case, after a piano class with his mother Emily, he goes to his room and gets ready, and Plagg says that he is excited for the picnic. But Adrien asks his friend to leave him and Marinette alone this time, saying that this is a special day and he wants to feel like it's a moment between just the two of them. Although upset, Plagg accepts and stay at home, and Adrien lives with his date. After that, Plagg is surprised by Tikki's arrival that went to visit him, looking for help to think about a way to find Nuru. Plagg thinks that this is an excuse for Tikki to have a date with him, and Tikki denies and gets mad at Plagg. He then asks what's going on, and Tikki tells him about the recent problems with Marinette. Plagg carefully listens and agrees with her, nodding. But while this talk is happening, without them realizing, an akuma passes flying in front of Adrien's bedroom window. We follow the butterfly flying around the city as she enters inside a window. This window is from Sabrina's room that is sitting in the foot of the bed holding a photo. The butterfly isn't noticed by her and lands at the corner of the ceiling, observing the girl. Bark appears and notices Sabrina's sadness and asks what's going on with her. Then she sees a photo and it's of Sabrina with Chloe. She explains that even if her friend has a lot of issues, she still was the person who she most talked to. And with her out of Paris, even having other friends, Sabrina feels lonely. And she also wonders if she could have done something to avoid Chloe leaving Paris. Maybe she convinced Ladybug of letting her become Queen Bee, sharing the Miraculous with Zoe when she was still there. Bark doesn't know what to say to Sabrina to feel better and decides to leave her alone so she can calm herself. At this moment, the akuma in the ceiling enters in action and flies to Sabrina's photo. Then she hears a female voice in her head that say, "Isn't it unfair? Your entire life was set before this craziness began. Now your best friend is gone and each day you feel the pressure of being a hero. Do you know what I think about this? I think that you don't deserve this. I feel like what brought you so much sadness should simply disappear. Don't you think?" And without hesitation, Sabrina answers yes and becomes the Changer, a villain with wings and a staff that is capable of throwing energy beams from its two tips. Beams that can destruct or change. Still holding the photo where the akuma is, she puts it in a pocket in her clothes. She then calls for Bark that doesn't take too long to appear. But as soon as the Kwami arrives, she is surprised by a glowing beam that hits her. Bark feels weird, looks at her hand and then runs to a mirror where he sees himself as a human. Desperate, he asks what happened with Sabrina, and the akuma answers that she needs to get rid of what caused her sadness, the Kwamis. She then jumps through the window and her wings open, and she flies around the city, and Bark runs to find some help. We then go to the park where Marinette and Adrien are having their date, and everything is going well. Both of them feel things couldn't be more perfect. The thing that they don't know is that behind a bush nearby, Tikki and Plagg observe them, complaining about their owners with each other. But they hear screamings coming from far, and people come running. and soon they see that they are being chased by the Changer that is launching and destructing being towards them. At this point, the villain can feel the presence of two Kwamis and finds Tikki and Plagg hiding on a bush. They try to run, but they are hit by the villain's beam, turning them into humans. Besides that, as they see Changer coming near the park, Marinette and Adrien end the date and come back running for their home, wanting to find their Kwami since they don't know what's in the park. Tikki tries to call for Marinette, but she doesn't listen in the middle of the confusion. Plagg then says that they will have to take care of this alone, and he tries to activate his powers against the villain, but with no success. What they don't know is that by being turned into humans, the Kwamis lost their powers. With no heroes around, Changer begins to throw her being around, causing a hazard at the park, and soon after, more heroes appear to help. Rena Rouge, Carapace, and Vesperia sign for people to get back, and begin to find the Changer. But the villain is really fast and managed to hit the heroes, making them get separated from their Kwamis that are also turned into humans. And from the distance, Tikki and Plagg watch it all. They wonder what they can do to help. Tikki says that they need to come back to normal, since without Ladybug's charm, nothing can be reverted, since the Akuma needs to be purified. And then she sees people running away from the Changer's beam and decided that she and Plagg need to help those people somehow, even without their powers. They then team up with Nino, Alia, and Zoe to indicate safe escape routes, and they draw the villain's attention from them. But then at some point, a person comes running from the park and begins to draw Sabrina's attention. I mean, Changer, trying to make her come back to her senses. Tikki hears it and recognizes Bark's voice. Not wanting to know what her old Kwami had to say, Changer uses her beam to hit a lamppost and makes it fall on top of Bark. But Tikki dashes and takes him out of the way on time. Both of them begin to run, and Tikki says if Bark is okay, and Bark also recognizes Tikki's voice. Bark explains that the Akuma is possibly on Chloe's photo that Sabrina carries with her. Changer launches a beam on the ground, causing an earthquake that makes Tikki and Bark fall on the ground. And mad, she prepares to throw a beam on both of them, but she is hit on the head by a soda can thrown by Plagg to draw her attention, and he managed to since the Changer starts to target him. Tikki then has a crazy idea, and without hesitation she throws herself in front of the beams, and her fury was right. She becomes a Kwami again. Sabrina tries to hit her at the beam again, but Tikki managed to dodge the attacks, and Plagg helps her by throwing things at the villain, allowing Tikki to escape. After flying for some time, Tikki bumps into Marinette and says that she was really worried and begins to apologize to Tikki, saying that Tikki was right and she was being negligent about the hero duties. Tikki asked Marinette to calm down and that she also was wrong by going out alone, but now both could make it by solving their mess. Tikki then tells Marinette that the Akuma is in a photograph, and the two of them unite into Ladybug. The Changer appears soon after and begins to shoot her beams at Ladybug that managed to barely dodge them, and she doesn't waste any time in using her charm to create a cell phone. Ladybug thinks about what to do, and she notices a fast dial button in the phone. She presses it and the phone begins to call. Chloe picks it up and realizing the purpose of the charm, she hands the phone to the Changer, and as soon as she hears Chloe's voice begins to talk to her, Chloe then explains that she didn't leave because of Sabrina, and that she did all of this by herself. She also says that she doesn't care anymore about being Queen Bee. After that, Sabrina stops blaming the Miraculous for her sadness, and she escaped from the Akuma's control. Then Marinette managed to take the picture out of Sabrina's pockets and tears it up, freeing the Akuma and purifying it, making Sabrina come back to normal. And then Ladybugs make so that all the damage caused in the city gets fixed, and the transformed Kwamis come back to normal. Later, Tikki and Marinette come home and she apologizes for Tikki once again, which says that it's fine, but Marinette reassures now that she is 100% focused again, since last day's adventure made clear that another villain possessed the Butterfly Miraculous, and that is her mission and the other hero's mission to find him. At a dark hideout, a figure of the shadow talks alone, but it seems like she was talking to someone. I know I should should have predicted that another beam would undo the transformation. And now they know that there is someone else out there. The plan is over, but that's not the end. How do they say practice leads to perfection? And that's all, folks. I hope you liked this miraculous story. If you did, don't forget to leave a like to help sharing this video for more people. Thank you a lot for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista.